have to tell you, tomorrow's going to be a very exciting day, but only if you get out and vote. You must get out and vote. You've had all these massive upsets that are brewing now all around the country, but what amazes me most is there's still some establishment Democrats who are winning. And I mean, it boggles the mind. Two in particular stand out. Barney Frank and Richard Blumenthal. I mean, really, I'm going to get to this clown here in a minute. This guy's dangerous, I think. I really think he's dangerous. And Barney Frank, I mean, this is like Britney marrying K-Fed or the Sesame Street cleavage chick marrying that moronic British comedian guy. Well, you could have anyone. Are you telling me, Massachusetts, you can't find anybody better than Barney Frank? Here's a guy who said Fannie and Freddie, well, here, I'll let him say it. This is what he said.
Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac are not in a crisis. The more people, in my judgment, exaggerate a threat of safety and soundness, the more people conjure up the possibility of serious financial losses to the Treasury, which I do not see. I think we see entities that are fundamentally sound financially and withstand some of the disaster scenarios. And even if there were a problem, the federal government doesn't bail them out.
He's wrong on like every word except the conjunctions. Fannie and Freddie have only needed $148 billion in taxpayer funding so far, possibly more than another $363 billion over the next 3 years. In 2003, Frank also said, quote, I do think that I don't want the same kind of focus on safety and soundness that we have in the OCC, that's the Office of Comptroller and Currency, and the OTS, Office of Thrift Supervision. I want to roll the dice a little bit more in this situation towards subsidized housing. Oh, he wanted to roll the dice. Have you noticed, Massachusetts, we lost? Yet somehow or another, Barney Frank is still up 13 points in the latest polling. How? Part of the reason is gerrymandering of his district. Look at his district. The way it snakes around, and I'm using snake intentionally, the way it snakes around, it's almost like, in like one house right down here. It's like, Bill, you can vote, but Susan, no, she can't vote. No, your wife can't vote. Also, this is the crook that co-authored your financial reform bill. Oh, wait until you see what's in that one. Here's another state wearing beer goggles, Connecticut. Dick Blumenthal is up by an average of 8.7 points over Linda McMahon. Now, you want to talk about arrogance and a guy that is a danger to the republic. I believe it's Dick Blumenthal. Connecticut, come to your senses. I had this guy on my program in March 2009. This was a guy that right after the AIG bonus scandal hit, AIG took $182.5 billion in federal bailout, but then planned to pay out $165 million in bonuses to 73 people from its Connecticut-based subsidiary AIG. But many of the executives had been hired after the company had been bailed out. They weren't even there for the problem. And many agreed to work for only $1, and then they'd get a year-end bonus. The government made the deal. That was a deal struck by the government. But when it came time to pay these people the bonuses that they agreed on with the government, people like Barney Frank and Dick Blumenthal came after the bonuses. Because there is no code of honor here. There's no honor among thieves. It was popular to go after these guys. But was it legal? Well, I asked Dick Blumenthal that very question on this show last year. Here's what happened. What law gave you the right to go after them? What law did they break?
Well, I think you're wrong in the basic premise. We're not going after any individual. We're asking the United States...
the Attorney General.
Let me finish. You have to let me finish if you want to know what law I'm talking about. We're asking the United States of America, our federal government, to ask that this money be returned or pursue it because they were undeserving of it. Now, I'm not enforcing a law against them. They were undeserving of it.
What right do you have to say the people that worked for $1 a year, sir?
To people without services being performed.
This guy had no clue. It was a deer in headlights. It was Tiffany, can you put this whole interview up on the website right away?
Absolutely.
Put it. Go to foxnews.com/Beck or whatever it is, and look at this thing. It's a nightmare. Connecticut. I don't care if it's Brutus the Barber Beefcake or Rowdy Roddy Piper or Ric Flair, I don't care. Let alone Linda McMahon. Take off the beer goggles. Sober up a bit. Slap yourself a little bit. You're not going to like it when you wake up in the morning and lay next to this guy. After the Constitution Convention of 1887, Benjamin Franklin was asked, "What have you given us, sir?" He answered, "A republic, if you can keep it." This guy doesn't even understand. This guy he doesn't even understand it. He'll do whatever he has to do for his own power. Now is the time, America. Now is the time that we find out if Ben Franklin, if we can look him in the eye on the other side of the curtain and say, yeah, Ben, we kept it. Even in the tough times, we kept it. This is the time America decides if we keep the republic or not.